Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. Well, it's finally 2022, a brand new year, and we're going to try to show you this year some new things for the channel in terms of Transformer collectibles. Now this was one that was sent to me for Christmas. It's one half of a gift from a pair of viewers, the Smith sisters. Next week you'll see the other part they sent. But this one is the first one, and since this is a toy I haven't covered anything of, I figured we'd kick the year off with it. We're looking at the Robot Enhanced Design Megatron Reformatting version. Now, of course, there is a similar toy out there on the shelves as well. That's pretty much its Megatron, based on his animated appearance. This one is done up as a special one for the 1986 animated film. It shows Megatron in the process of being reformatted by Unicron. Hence why part of his body is in this trans-purple-like color, and the other part is done up in a grid. Bring it a little closer here and let you see some of that detail. Now, I will say it is weird as heck to look at it, but it is interesting nonetheless. If there is to be, I like the way that they did do the setup where they're putting the grid on the figure. The problem is that the grid work doesn't continue on the interior facing side of the limbs. I mean, you can see right here the arm is being covered in the grid, but the inside arm is not. And it's the same with the leg. You get it on all the other sides, but the interior of the leg is not painted to match. So in some ways that's a bit of a disappointment, because it does restrict how you can display him, because you don't want those sides to be seen, since they would look incomplete next to the figure. Now, of course, this is one of those robot enhanced design figures. You know, one of these that's coming in the red packaging. So, the biggest thing for any of you that are looking at any of these is the words down here. Non-converting figure. So, basically, for those of you that are sticklers about that sort of thing, it's like the Super 7 figures that are also being released, and the Action Masters from the 1990s. These are Transformers that don't transform. So if that's something that bothers you or irks you about it, I would definitely say you don't want to pick these guys up. Now, if you're somebody that would like to, that's got like a curio or some other nice place where you have a nice empty bookshelf that you can put some of these on, which we're probably getting a fair amount of those, since people seem to prefer having streaming movies and digitally downloaded books. A lot of good that'll do when the battery goes out, but if you have plenty of open spaces, well, you got something to put in it. At any rate, we'll take a look at the posability here on Megatron, and he does have quite a lot going for him, as he is just a basic figure. His head can be turned from side to side, and it will rock up and down. It is on a bit of a ball joint. His arm can be raised up about so far, and the arms do rotate at the shoulder all the way around. He does have a joint at the elbow, so he can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees. And he does have a swivel at the bicep, so These transformers are still including G.I. Joe-style battle grip. There is also a joint in at his wrist. It allows the hand to be positioned in some way, and the wrist does allow it to rotate. This is mainly due to the fact that the toy does include extra hands. You can twist Megatron at the hip. His legs can be spread apart about so far. They can't do a full splits due to these side panels. And the side panels do pop off relatively easily, so do be careful of that. You can raise his leg up about so far. You can bend his leg at the knee 90 degrees. And you can adjust his foot at the ankle. So you can set Megatron up in various battle poses. But, of course, it also helps that Megatron does include a little bit of a wealth of accessories here in the form of extra hands. Both of the hands that he has on him can be removed, and they can be removed relatively easily. He standardly comes with, as I reach down to pick it up off the floor, there's this one left hand. It's done in an open fist, so it kind of implies it can hold an accessory, so you can probably put another toy in it, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then, of course, his right hand is done up in a closed fist. So you do have those as options. Now, of course, for the fans of the original 80s cartoon, we do have an Energon mace that can go in the socket for his right hand. Which is all well and good, but it really doesn't go well with the color scheme that Megatron has with him. Now, for his left hand, Megatron has 4 other options. He has a closed fist, just like the right hand. There's an open palm. There's a pointed finger, so he can point at one of the other troops. And we also have got a hand with an Energon cube. Trying to see if I can get it removed. This one's the hardest one to get out of the packaging here. There we go. All the hands, as we showed you earlier, the post is on a bit of a hinge, so it is adjustable. Just plug that in here, and Megatron can admire having an Energon cube while being ready to blast or beat down anybody foolish enough to get near him to try to take it. Alright, so now we get down to my thoughts on this figure. All in all, the figure isn't bad per se. Now, of the two, this and the regular Megatron, I think the regular Megatron would look better, since the accessories make more sense with it than coming with this version of Megatron, since this was a specific one-instance Megatron. Now, if they do a few of the other Decepticons in this same scheme, well, they might work out. They might look good standing next to each other. Otherwise, this one just kind of comes off as a cheap copy, since, as I pointed out, they didn't bother to put the details on the interior-facing part of the limbs, so it gives Megatron an almost incomplete look. And unfortunately, since he comes with the same hands and accessories that the regular Megatron did, they look out of place on him due to the reformatting process. All in all, it just comes off looking a little weird, but it is another toy to commemorate the anniversary of the animated film, so it has that going for it. At any rate, that concludes my review of the robot enhanced design version of Reformatting Megatron. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we hope that you all will remember that if you enjoy the content we feature on this channel, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe so that we can get some feedback from all of you. We really do appreciate it here at the channel, and we'd like to see more of it. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.